path of destruction. Hurricane Lily hits Louisiana, weakened but still powerful. Some communities underwater, and this storm is not yet over. Day of terror. A deadly shooting spree near the nation's capital, 5 killed at random. An intense manhunt for the shooter, thousands of school kids locked down. Spy in the Sky, the little-known U.S. spy agency that maps Iraq's every move and searches for Saddam's deadly weapons from outer space. And Lifeline, flu season is here. The experts predict how bad it will be, who should get this year's vaccine.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Good evening. Hurricane Lily, to everyone's relief, faded in the stretch, and by the time the big storm crossed the line from the Gulf of Mexico into Louisiana this morning, it had been downgraded to a Category 2, but it still brought much more wind and rain than anyone wanted. By this evening, it has now moved further north, and it is no longer a hurricane, but a tropical storm. NBC's Robert Hager is in the city of New Iberia tonight, where they were bracing for the worst early this morning. Robert?
Tom, tonight Louisiana has been declared a federal disaster area. There's a lot of damage and some flooding, but a crucial last-minute change in intensity prevented what might have been a catastrophe. 3 a.m. as winds pick up in the darkness over the Louisiana coastline. Out in the Gulf, hurricane-hunting planes have clocked Lily's winds over water at a breathtaking 145 miles an hour. An unusual Category 4 storm, threatening extreme damage to everything in its path. Here in New Iberia at the Best Western Motel, it's fearful news to the handful of people riding out the storm in the lobby. Manager Lene Lopez.
So far, we're okay, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
4 a.m., a break. Word the storm is now unexpectedly weakening, down to 120-mile-an-hour winds, then down to 100. In Abbeville, Louisiana, it's less frightening now for Peggy Ashley and her family, who've taken refuge in her father's theater.
But it was bad. You couldn't see all the way across the parking lot.
8 a.m., the 100-mile-an-hour storm is still rough as the eye moves ashore. Wind howling, rain driving. Mid-morning, the strongest part of the storm reaches New Iberia. Wind and rain from near the very eye of the storm. One wind gust clocked at 92. But by 2 p.m., the storm wanes, permitting a first look at damage. Trailers destroyed, roofs off gasoline stations, windows blown out of cars, and some flooding, levees washed over. Much of Montague, Louisiana, underwater, and Grand Isle, too. At the Best Western, Lene Lopez is shaken but okay.
I have to tell you, it's been a little scary.
It was bad, but it could have been so much worse. Tonight, major structural damage is not widespread, thanks to that last-minute weakening of the winds before landfall. Tom?
Thanks very much, NBC's Robert Hager tonight. A little farther north than there, Lafayette, Louisiana, also had been bracing for a direct hit, and that's where NBC's Brian Williams is tonight. Brian, looks like you've got some rain going on.
Tom, good evening. One last squall line, but off in the distance you could almost be convinced there's some blue coming in the sky. Hard to believe. You can measure the time in hours since this town thought they would be spending this night rebuilding. Long before this, the highest recorded wind gusts of 100 miles an hour this morning. Lafayette, Louisiana Police Chief Ronnie Boudreau spent the night at the office, watching the calls come in, watching the storm come in, which just 24 hours ago, some forecasters were calling a monster.
At a certain determination, when the winds got a little bit what we thought was too much, we told our officers either to come in or to seek shelter.
As late morning here in Lafayette, Louisiana, local and national news and weather forecasts were still talking about a storm having been downgraded from a 4 to a 2. Then the violent weather arrived, the bands of wind and rain. This is the calling card of Hurricane Lily. The chief worried about this one. This city has seen its storms come and go over the years almost defiantly, but in this case the forecasts were all over the map. There were no mandatory evacuations called for here, so when the winds and the rain arrived in full force, flattening the sugarcane crop, ripping through trees and homes in the downtown section, it was clear while Lily wouldn't leave Lafayette devastated, it would deliver a severe punishment.
Well, I think basically we dodged a bullet. We were relieved that it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
The two towers have some cables that are broken and they're swaying really badly.
But tonight comes the test for Lafayette's finest. As the second shift gets its orders to roll out, they know Lily still must be dealt with.
Stay out of the high water. Stay away from the power lines.
Tom, add to all that 2 confirmed tornado touchdowns in this town alone here today, including 2 traffic lights away from our location. And Lafayette, Louisiana, while they might have a lot of cleaning up to do tonight, is one lucky town. Back to you.
Thanks very much, NBC's Brian Williams tonight. In a suburban Maryland county tonight, just north of Washington, D.C., what appears to be homegrown terror. 5 people have been shot and killed, apparently at random, within a few hours and within a relatively small area. Montgomery County borders the nation's capital, and so the anxiety today was widespread. NBC's Nora O'Donnell tonight.
In the suburbs outside the nation's capital, children left school today in a state of panic. Their frightened parents lined up to personally take their kids home.
It's probably irrational, but so was the whole thing this morning, so we want to make sure they're okay.
Recess canceled as more than 500,000 school children in the D.C. area spent their day inside their schools in lockdown. Police on alert after 2 possible suspects launched a deadly rampage. 5 victims slain randomly, all within a 1-mile radius, all within 15 hours.
Nothing like this has ever happened in Montgomery County. This is a very safe community. Our homicide rate just increased by 25% in one day.
Most alarming, say police, each victim killed with a single shot.
We feel like we probably have a skilled shooter, and that does heighten our concern.
The first shooting at 6:04 last night. A 55-year-old Caucasian male killed in the parking lot of a grocery store. Then early this morning at 7:41, a Hispanic man mowing his lawn shot dead. Half an hour later, a 40-year-old cab driver gunned down while pumping gas. Then another 30 minutes later, a Hispanic woman shot fatally in the head.
Scared for everyone.
Finally, at 9:58, a Caucasian woman killed at a gas station while vacuuming her van. The victims all shot in daylight, yet police admit they have no description of the suspects. The investigation now hinges on just one eyewitness who reported seeing a white truck with possibly 2 people inside fleeing the scene of one of the shootings. Based on that, police began stopping every truck in the area. Nearly 150 state troopers and federal authorities, including the Secret Service and FBI, are combing the area tonight in a community paralyzed by fear, knowing the assailants are still at large. Nora O'Donnell, NBC News, Aspen Hill, Maryland.
And there was an alarming shooting incident outside the United Nations today. Police say a man with a pistol jumped the fence and fired several shots into the air, hitting the 18th and 20th floors of the UN headquarters building. Nobody was hurt, and the man was quickly arrested. Police also say the gunman had leaflets critical of the government and living conditions in communist North Korea. In Washington, on Capitol Hill, debate now is getting underway in the Senate tonight on a resolution authorizing the use of force against Iraq, already much more contentious than the debate in the House, which made a deal with the president on its version of a resolution yesterday. More on this story now from NBC's Lisa Myers.
This resolution is breathtaking. Breathtaking.
Today, a chorus of Democrats raised their voices in opposition to what they called a blank check for the president to launch a preemptive strike against Iraq. Senator Robert Byrd accused the president of rushing into war, driven by campaign politics, without regard to the economic and human cost.
It's the precious blood of the men and women who wear the uniform of these United States. That blood may flow in the streets of Iraq.
The economic cost of waging war, by one estimate, as much as $9 billion a month. A 3-month war plus the cost of deploying troops could run as high as $44 billion. Democrat Paul Wellstone said instead of war, the U.S. should disarm Saddam through UN inspections and work within the United Nations to get that done.
A preemptive, go-it-alone strategy towards Iraq is wrong. I oppose it.
Some Democrats are pushing an alternative resolution, empowering the president to go to war only if authorized by the UN.
When Saddam Hussein looks down the barrel of a gun, it is far better that he see the world at the other end.
But Republican leader Trent Lott said the Senate must support the president and send a message to the world.
We know other evil regimes are looking to see if he, Saddam Hussein, can once again bluff his way out of trouble.
Today, House Democratic leader Richard Gephardt, who supports the president on Iraq, defended himself against complaints by liberals that he sold out or was playing presidential politics.
I mean, let's get serious here. We're not playing games here. This is about life and death. This is about whether or not we can prevent terrorist attacks in the United States.
Both the House and Senate are expected to vote on Iraq resolutions next week. Senate Democrats hope to make theirs more restrictive. But in the end, both sides say the president will get most of what he wants. Lisa Myers, NBC News, Washington.
And when we come back in a moment, NBC News in depth tonight, how satellite eyes in the sky watch Baghdad's every move down to very small details.
They can distinguish a truck from a car, a van from a car, a compact from a sedan.
The first ever look inside the secret spy system that may be used to help find Iraq's weapons. That's in depth tonight. And later, Lifeline. Flu season is back. Public health officials are warning Americans to take it seriously.
Thanks a lot, sir. I'll take that coat for you. Thanks very much, man.
Did you know that Burlington Coat Factory has the world's largest selection of famous label coats, all for less than department store sale prices?
Hey, coat check at the door. Pretty impressive.
Good. What coat check? Nice to know, especially if you need a new coat. Burlington Coat Factory, the #1 place for coats.
You do have valet parking, right?
Raise your hand, you got it. Raise your hand, you know when you feel confident.
New Sure Clear Dry. No clear stick is stronger at preventing wetness.
Raise your hand if you're sure.
Turning raw metal into pure gold isn't easy, unless it's Chevy Truck Month with $500 bonus cash. Use bonus cash with 0% APR on any new 2003 Chevy truck in stock. Or add $500 bonus cash to increase cash back on 2003 Silverado, Avalanche, and Trailblazer. It's a new gold rush on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Stake your claim. 500 bonus cash ends October 31st at your local Chevy dealer.
Magnificent. We took the taste of raisin cinnamon bread for Quaker Raisin Cinnamon Swirl Oatmeal. So good, you'll wonder where we got the recipe.
What have you been up to, Mr. Moneybags?
It's okay. I put it on the credit card.
Those interest charges are going to get us.
Don't worry. It's our new Capital One No Hassle card.
The Capital One No Hassle card has the nation's lowest long-term fixed rates, $0 fraud liability, and no telemarketing.
What's in your wallet? On an all-new Dateline Friday, when a man with a weapon threatens police, they order him to stop, but he keeps on coming. Then they shoot him.
And I was screaming, why? Why did you kill him?
Now one officer is on trial, and you won't believe why. A Dateline Court TV exclusive, Friday, 9/8 Central on NBC.
MSNBC Tonight, Donahue, playing politics with a possible war in Iraq. Senator Robert Byrd on why he's opposing the president. Tonight at 8 on MSNBC.
NBC News in depth tonight, an exclusive look at how the U.S. is using space-age technology to fight the war on terror at home and far away in places such as Afghanistan and, of course, Iraq. NBC Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent Andrea Mitchell now with the first television tour inside America's Spy in the Sky.
In the conflict with Saddam Hussein, a little-known spy agency watches Iraq's every move from planes, satellites, zooming in from outer space to create detailed maps.
They can distinguish a truck from a car, a van from a car, a compact from a sedan.
Charlie Monroe designs computer programs for NEMA, the National Intelligence Mapping Agency, to help the Pentagon find Saddam's weapons.
They would probably be looking for things like movement of troops, areas where they believe there might be weapons of mass destruction.
Scanning the desert, intelligence experts like Peter Yasowski can help UN inspectors if Iraq tries to play hide-and-seek.
We try to monitor activity at those facilities that we do know about, and we do try to locate facilities that perhaps he has moved other equipment to.
And since the Gulf War, if Saddam makes a move, so can U.S. bomber pilots with updated computerized maps.
They can change targets mid-flight. We can get information after takeoff that redesignates targets that are more critical value.
In addition to helping search for Saddam Hussein's hidden weapons, since the attacks of September 11th, this agency has produced more than 60 million maps, many to help fight the war in Afghanistan and hunt for Osama bin Laden. Even on the ground with special forces in Kandahar last winter, an army of computer geeks like Dave Montgomery looked for the best attack routes against the Taliban for combat units, warfighters.
The warfighter could be sitting right there next to me at my laptop computer.
Finding troops and tanks is easy compared to tracking a target like Osama bin Laden, perhaps hiding in a cave.
It's a much more ethereal, wispy, ambiguous target.
It is not what this agency was meant to do. As the nation's map maker, its most ambitious project, mapping the world from the space shuttle.
Booster ignition and liftoff.
Photographing 90% of the Earth, including the ocean floor. Creating a baseline map also to hunt terrorists at home. The mission now includes planning security at the Olympics, the Super Bowl, inaugurals, even helping the Secret Service pick routes for presidential motorcades.
It's great to understand from their point of view where line of sight is, road closures, alternate routes.
Where a sniper could be located.
Where a sniper could be.
A high-tech way to protect the homeland or wage war in the streets of Baghdad. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Bethesda, Maryland.
One final note on Andrea's story tonight. The mapping agency now is tracking data on the extent and the scope of today's hurricane damage to help with federal relief efforts. Up next, day 5 of the West Coast port lockout. The parties are talking, but businesses across the country are suffering.
Afternoon, ladies.
Hi. You want to join us?
Me? Yeah, sure.
So what do you do?
I sell paper.
That is so interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Where will you be when your diarrhea comes back? You should have taken Imodium the first time. It stops diarrhea, often in just one dose. Imodium AD.
I'm back.
Don't wait till it's too late.
Jesse and I have built a lifetime together. We're each other's whole world. You just never know what high cholesterol and heart disease really mean until someone you love has a heart attack. You see, diet and exercise didn't lower his cholesterol enough. So as he was recovering, we asked the doctor about adding Zocor.
Zocor is a prescription medicine and is not for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems.
Our doctor told us Zocor, along with diet, could significantly lower his cholesterol.
And it's working.
And Zocor is proven to reduce the risk of a heart attack in people with high cholesterol and heart disease.
Because serious side effects can result, tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience and about any medicines you are taking.
Oh, Jesse.
I know. I love you too.
Yes. Ask your doctor about Zocor. It's your future. Be there.
Let's stay together.
Tomorrow, a Today Show exclusive. The War of the Rosies, a $300 million battle. Rosie O'Donnell live with Katie Couric only on Today on NBC.
NASCAR racing to the next big thing. NBC Nightly News tomorrow.
Martha Stewart resigned today from the board of directors of the New York Stock Exchange, one day after the assistant to her stockbroker pleaded guilty to taking gifts in exchange for keeping quiet about the sale of Stewart's ImClone stock. That transaction, of course, is at the center of a Justice Department insider trading investigation. The stock was sold just before its value plummeted. Stewart said today that she's resigning from the stock exchange board because she's too busy running her company. Her company's stock was down another 64 cents today to $6.16. It was a choppy trading session overall. The Dow finished down more than 38 points. NASDAQ was down almost 22 points on the day. Another situation putting strain on the economy, day 5 of the labor dispute that has shut the West Coast ports and is putting a strain on everyone from grain farmers to auto production lines. More on this story now from NBC's Shelley Smith.
On the Columbia River today, a traffic jam. And the meter is running. $7,000 a day to park ships here. $17,000 to store grain in elevators. And the crews are still getting paid. Oregon's ports are America's largest exporters of wheat. But today on the Sea Guardian, 2 million bushels bound for the Philippines sit idle, waiting to be loaded.
These people count on us for their food. We're 5 days late in coming to dinner right now.
At this baby supply company near Los Angeles, the owner has already laid off 15 workers. His supply of pacifiers and baby bottles made in Asia, then sold to stores like Walmart, dwindling.
That's the hardest thing to do. Because now you know that they go home, they tell their kids, may not be a good Christmas this year.
Automakers also feeling the crunch. At this plant in the Bay Area where they make Toyotas and Pontiacs, the assembly line stopped last night.
Essentially what we're going to be doing is flying in the equivalent of 8 cargo containers by air freight every day from Japan. Extremely expensive.
Consumers may see the impact first in their grocery bills. The market is flooded with produce such as broccoli, cauliflower, and lettuce, meant for the Pacific Rim, but never made it there. And that means lower prices for you. But if you like bananas, expect some shortages. Chiquita has 180,000 boxes stranded offshore.
And the clock is ticking every day that those perishable products aren't moving, that those fruits and vegetables are just losing their shelf life.
Joe's gotta go.
The issue? Technology. The shipping companies want to streamline cargo handling, but the union wants to preserve jobs. Tonight, a glimmer of hope. Longshoremen agreed to resume contract talks before a federal mediator. Shelley Smith, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Back in a moment, the flu season, the myths and realities of flu vaccines.
NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw, brought to you in part by Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Turning raw metal into pure gold isn't easy, unless it's Chevy Truck Month with $500 bonus cash. Use bonus cash with 0% APR on any new 2003 Chevy truck in stock. Or add $500 bonus cash to increase cash back on 2003 Silverado, Avalanche, and Trailblazer. It's a new gold rush on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks. Stake your claim. $500 bonus cash ends October 31st at your local Chevy dealer.
New Serenity Dry Active Liners from Tenna, designed to fit your style.
In the 90 years LL Bean has sold outdoor clothing and gear, competitors have come and gone. Many have tried, but none have matched our dedication to quality and service. As others fold or merge, LL Bean remains family-owned and true to doing things right. Today, our commitment to quality products, service, and our guarantee assures you'll always be 100% satisfied. You have our word on it. Call today for our free catalog.
Here's medical news from Centrum. Now you may be able to do more to help lower your risk of heart disease and cancer. Start taking Centrum today. A recent report in the Journal of the American Medical Association now recommends that all adults take one multivitamin daily and has recognized the link between vitamins and the reduced risk of chronic diseases. Doing more today can help affect your health in the future. Start taking Centrum, the brand doctors recommend most. Centrum and Centrum Silver, always complete from A to Zinc.
The Big Swiffer Max. Double the size so you can pick up and trap more dirt, dust, and hair in half the time. Swiffer Max.
Ask a child where they'd like to go on vacation, and most likely it's the same place you'd like to go. A place where families can make memories together. A place where magic happens every day. And no one can take you there like Alamo, the official rental car of Walt Disney World Resort. Get a free child's breakfast with a favorite Disney character when you rent an Alamo car for as little as $130 per week. Alamo, the official rental car of the American vacation.
Tonight at 6 on Channel 4.
Murder solved. 2 young men confess to the murder of a Cumberland University student.
Also after Nightly News.
At this moment, Tropical Storm Lily is pummeling the south, and she's fast approaching our area.
Tonight, what we can expect and when.
Tonight at 6 on Channel 4. Coverage you can count on.
Fall is officially underway, and so is the flu season. A time of the year when many more people die from influenza than from hurricanes or air crashes combined. And yet, too many people don't take flu seriously enough, especially since there is an effective vaccine. NBC's Robert Bazell tonight on the myths and realities of flu shots.
Patricia Harris getting her flu shot today, something health officials hope millions more will do this year to combat a disease they say many take far too lightly.
It is a killer of major proportions every year.
Between 10 and 40,000 Americans die as a result of influenza annually. Most are older or sick to begin with, but experts say most of the deaths are still preventable. Lab samples from across the country reveal sporadic flu cases already are occurring. The season usually peaks around New Year's Day, but no one knows how bad this year's will be.
Sometimes we don't know till we're really in the midst of the influenza season. So your best bet is to go ahead and get a flu shot and protect yourself before the influenza arrives.
Health officials say everyone can benefit, but those most in need of shots are people over 50, especially those over 65, those with chronic conditions such as asthma, heart disease, and diabetes, health workers, and people living with those at risk. And a new recommendation this year, shots for children aged 6 months to 2 years who can be at high risk for severe complications if they get the flu. Experts say many people do not get the shots because of a set of myths, beliefs that the vaccine does not work, that it causes severe side effects, or that it can actually cause the flu it is supposed to prevent.
None of those are true, but they have almost become a type of urban legend in our folklore of health.
Misunderstandings that cause many to pass up a means of avoiding a miserable disease and possibly even saving their lives. Robert Bazell, NBC News, New York.
For more information on the flu virus and the vaccine, you can log on to our website at msnbc.com. That's Nightly News for this Thursday. I'm Tom Brokaw. I'll see you back here tomorrow night.
Nightly News is a presentation of NBC News. More Americans watch NBC News than any other news organization in the world.
This is Channel 4 News. Coverage you can count on.
Tonight, a surprising twist in the murder of a Cumberland University football player, the illegal drug ecstasy. Hit by a teenage drunk driver, a Knoxville policewoman speaks out today. Think prices are high now? Just wait. That labor stalemate is going to give your wallet a beating. And Lily's not a hurricane anymore, but she's still